you are led back to that circular room where you had that council meeting earlier. You see, so the people present this time around are, you see that dwarf from the coast, you see Alamads, you do not see the once crown princess of the Empire. Syria does not appear to be present at the moment. You see Essek, you see the queen. You do not see Erida. You see
Really?
Gunhild. Yeah, you don't see Erida. You see Gunhild. That is everyone you see.
She's busy.
Liana there?
Liana. Yeah, Liana's there. So Trent isn't there, and the King of Uthadern isn't there. Those are the main two people missing.
No, what's his nuts?
He's there.
Oh.
Theseus is there, but Trent isn't.
Okay. Well, Alamads, Essek, Liana, Gunhild,
Queen,
the
Hild.
Queen, and Theseus.
Yes.
Theseus. Okay.
Theseus. Good old Theseus.
Okay.
All right. So as you all are escorted into the room by some guards and given a place to sit, Alamad's that dwarf you saw running out jumping out the window the previous night. He seems to be in good spirits, or as much good spirits as he can be. I mean, he gives you all a giant grin as you enter. He's like, "Glad to see you all survived the night. That was a tough battle, but good to see you all made it." As you say that, you see the queen sort of almost just glare at him from the side, from the side of her eyes. She just sort of gives him a look.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Please.
But the
This
queen sort of.
This is not the
You
right
want
one.
That's a like and subscribe one.
Isn't there another
Yeah.
map for the other?
I think
For this
I-
meeting?
Wait, no, go back to that. I want to take a screenshot of Trent looking like Jesus. Does Trent look like Jesus?
Oh my
Who's
God.
killing Trent? Why does?
Oh my God.
Okay, duty calls.
I think I might have deleted that other circular map.
You cannot delete anything.
Also,
We need to preserve this for forever.
But yeah,
Like,
guys
you know,
are-
10 years from now, when someone finds these streams
These archives.
and
Oh my God.
this game
Wait.
finally takes off, we can sell the chat as a book.
Yes,
That's a book.
we can make
Sell
a
these
picture
maps as
book.
NFTs.
We can make a picture book.
please.
My retire from D&D, retire after getting big on D&D thing, got set back 10 years, but it happened.
Long con.
Yeah, the queen sort of begins to speak to everyone and says, "I have some very disheartening news. Last night, in the battle in the defense for Rasona, my second in command, the Dust Captain, Kwana Kryn, my wife, fell in battle. Normally, this wouldn't be as big of a worry as it is at the moment, because we do have ways of. We have clerics, we have the beacons themselves, but I'm not sure how, but it seems the enemy has found a way to completely destroy a soul. And the entire room, or you see the others, like Athesius and Gunhild and Alamance, just sort of stiffen a little. And Athesius is like, how is this even possible? What possible method could they have to achieve this? and you see the Bright Queen say, I have no clue. We tried to speak with dead, but with a lack of a soul, that wasn't possible either. So we don't know exactly what the method was to achieve this, but we know that they can do it. She turns and looks at you all, and she says, have you encountered anything like this with your battles with them in the past?
We turn and look at Rux.
Standing there sweating.
Um,
Question:
Have-
have we seen this from anyone who isn't me?
You have not.
Fuck. Okay.
I mean, I kind of want to tell her, but
I guess. Okay.
this is.
I can. I'll do it.
I look over
Oh,
at Val.
boy.
Um,
The entire room sort of looks over at Val in surprise.
So we believe that the what's the name we're going for? The seed, the what is the other name?
Basically just like the followers of Bane or
Yeah.
Odium.
Bane's cult.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. The followers of Bane. I'm trying to be formal here. We believe that they're the swords that they use are capable of severing a soul's connection to, well, this plane and just like just destroy it. We've seen the whole sword thing happen.
Kind of. Actually, no. You guys see Gunhild sort of speak up. Like, do you mean the sabers that we've encountered in Lutheran? Something else.
Yeah, something else.
I think you guys see.
Am I lying? What the? I don't know.
What am I even saying? I have no idea.
Yeah, now that I
Am I
think
lying?
about
I
it,
don't
it's
even
like,
know.
wait,
You don't know.
do they
if the
have
sabers-
swords?
You don't know if the sabers.
Yeah,
have that
I don't know.
capability or if they have like other weapons. You're not necessarily.
I wouldn't think the sabers because we have some of those.
You're like, I don't know. You're like, wait, maybe.
I'm pretty sure those are separate things.
Yeah.
The queen looks to you, Val, and says, "Where have you seen this before? Who have you seen someone killed with this method before?" When did you
I think
encounter
so.
this?
Where did I kill someone?
I'm pretty sure we have.
Did
I
you
think
kill
so.
someone?
It was
Okay.
me.
You killed somebody? I think
Where
so.
did I
Yeah, I
kill
did
someone?
it. I was the encounter.
Oh wait,
Wasn't it?
me.
Was it with the king?
You
Was that
killed
it?
someone.
Wasn't it the one we were interrogating?
No, it was
Oh,
We've-
it
we've-
was
You killed the frog man.
the frog
back
demon.
in,
yeah,
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
fuck his name
It
was?
So-
was in one of the
Gregory's.
Gregory's.
Wasn't it the one in the lunchroom?
Mayhap.
Oh yeah, the storm form in the lunchroom also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So-
right. Yeah.
I would say
In the plane of I don't fucking know. I don't know what plane it was.
Oh yeah, Bahamut.
Bahamut's
Bahamut's
plane.
realm
um
up in the sky.
Oh, you know, well, while we were doing the whole freeing Bahamut thing, I think I don't know, kind of a little unclear. I was very it was a very dangerous time. I'm not sure I was paying attention, but I do recall something similar happening. Anyways, I'm a little. I'm gonna sit down. I'm a little tired. I feel a little dizzy, and I just like excuse myself and then sit down.
So let's sit back down.
We've had a long few days.
I
I
think
just had to
between
use like a bunch of spells to make my friends not be dying. So
I think the queen turns to you, Rex. She's like, "Do you have anything more to say on this matter? Do they have many of these weapons that we should be worried about?"
We're unsure on that front. It's difficult to know what their numbers are or how exactly fully armed they are, but considering that some of those creatures that we've previously encountered have been created in such a way as to specifically counter your fighting style, I can only assume that this might be an additional thing that they are utilizing in order to assist in their fight against us.
If you've seen these weapons before, can you show us what they look like? So we have an idea of what to keep an eye out for.
how do we show you what they look like?
Draw a picture?
Do you
She,
have
she looks at you. She's like, "Do any of you have illusion spells?"
illusion?
Yeah, do we have minor illusion?
Minor illusion?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Oh, I left that one at home.
I didn't
Terrible
prepare that
access.
one.
I didn't prepare my cantrip.
Yeah.
we fought that one dude that had like a busted one, right? And we make the
the
shards.
ogre you fought, he had a hammer, and like visually, it doesn't really look busted. It just looks like a regular shard hammer.
Okay.
Can I disguise myself to make myself look like that guy with his hammer?
You do like the armor too,
Oh.
or do you just do the hammer?
I'll do like the head, and then I'll like continue the disguise self into my sword, and I'll like unsheath my sword and make it look like the hammer.
Okay. You see, Essek immediately start like looking you over and start like taking some notes. Seems to be like
No.
taking it in.
Nerd.
I sure hope no one connects this to Baron.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aaron, hide your sword quick, or whatever you use.
Speaking of which,
Fuck,
Essek, don't be smart.
is Baron here? I hopefully he will not throw his brother under the bus.
he is not here. What you have like an insanely high passive perception, right, Val?
Yes, and I can read lips.
And you can read lips, okay. Val, as Essek is like looking Petra over and taking some notes, and he like looks at like where the crystal is on there's like a crystal on the hammer. He notices that. And you see him sort of pause for a moment. And
You have not seen this.
There's like a flash
No.
of recognition in his eyes. But he quickly just sort of hides it and just goes back to writing.
We do not know. He does not know. No one knows.
I just like stand there, trying not to panic.
No one notices anything. We good.
I try to
I'm
make
always
myself.
looking stressed, anyways.
I give myself a really nasty ogre grimace to disguise my sweating.
Okay. After like a few more moments of that, the queen looks at you, Petra, and she's like, "Thank you, Miss Petra. You can dismiss the illusion now."
Okay. I do it.
I think Alamads looks to you all and says, "Is there anything else more you can tell us about these weapons, or is that it?"
I
That's
think so.
about it. But actually, I don't know how many of them were salvaged, but some of the
I
uh
look at him in a panic, like, what
no
the fuck are you doing?
no some of the airborne fighters back in Rosona hijacked a couple of the
Okay.
TIE fighters. I don't know if those were used here too, but perhaps those could be of assistance in building up our air forces.
You see Alamad's nod, and he's like, "Yes, we did manage to capture a few of those. They appear to have some sort of curious red crystal that's powering all the ships.
That
There
would
there appears to be some sort of being inside of the crystals that appears to be letting the ship function.
that seems to be Bane's motif. Lots of red crystals and everything.
You guys see Gunhild sort of speak up, and she's like, "Are those safe to use? If the crystals have like, I don't know, his followers inside them, can they like see what's happening in the ship? Is it wise to utilize those?"
I would definitely recommend trying to find an alternate power source.
Probably.
In our experience with fighting things that have been infused with those crystals, those seem to grant additional power and or mind control. So it would be wise to not keep those intact. And in trying to destroy them, the whatever essence is within it does seem to break free and try to find another host, I guess. So whether that affects the pilot or what, probably not a good idea to keep that around.
Alamads looks to you and says, "Do you know how to get rid of this essence that resides inside of the crystal once we destroy it?"
In our encounters, I think we just finished it off with
You
magic.
Yeah, you basically had Petra like banish it with divine energy, divine
Uh,
flux energy.
yeah,
That's
using
cleric.
a dispel or some sort of holy magic is usually able to do the deed. Some of the stronger crystals might require higher level magic, but that tends to do the job.
Alamad's nods. He's like, "Well, we should probably keep our people out of the ships for now until we can figure out an alternative power source. And once we do that, we can go about destroying them." And Lucia, as this conversation is happening, you hear Essex's voice in your head. And Essex says, "We need to speak after the meeting about those weapons and our brother."
Oh boy.
Lucia turns to look at Essek, and then she turns to look at Val, and she's like, sweat.
I look at Lucia and I like look at Essek and then I look back at Lucia and I just like give a little nod and then like shrug. I don't know.
The queen sort of looks to all of you, and she's like, "Well, for the second matter that I called you all here,
Oh, great. What about
uh,
this? Yes,
would you
let's move on.
please present the body of the member of the Children of Malice that you all
Oh,
Yes. I very unceremoniously take the bag of
Dump it on the floor.
clothing and place it on the
dump them
table.
on the table?"
I'll pull the body out.
Yeah, so it's a pretty gruesome sight. Like the lower half is just like all battered and broken from being smashed into metal plating of the ship repeatedly. But the front half is intact, other than like the wounds you gave him. The queen sort of looks to all of you and says, "Do any of you have the capability to speak with him, to speak with his soul?"
think Liana did.
No, she does not have speak with
Oh,
dead.
who was gonna do it?
Speak with dead is generally, I
It's a
think,
cleric thing.
Cleric thing?
Oh,
Do you have it
oh,
prepared?
Was Petra gonna
I
do
was
it?
not
I don't know if
And-
Petra prepared.
Oh
this
yeah,
for us.
we weren't.
told to do it, so I didn't.
Yeah, we were given short notice, so unfortunately, I do not believe we are prepared to do that at the moment.
The queen
clerics.
nods, and she's like, "Very well, we can have someone brought in."
Cool.
She
Not
looks
us.
over to Essek.
Yeah, don't make me do it.
She looks over to Essek and she's like, "Please call in Allura."
Ooh,
Oh, right.
You see
My
Essek
sister.
go, "Very well." He does some arcane sigils
Baby
in the
toys.
air. Um,
Whole
you
family's
guys,
here.
you guys have to wait around for maybe like 20 minutes or so.
Like elevator music.
Yeah, kind of. It's just sort of awkward, tense silence. The dwarven representative from the coast Alameds, he like makes some small talk with you guys. But
I put my hand
eventually-
on Val's shoulder and I'm like, "You did good with your speech."
Okay.
I make a point of asking Alamads about how he survived jumping out of the building.
He gives you this big grin, and sort of like reaches inside his shirt and he pulls out this necklace. But at the end of the necklace, there's like this kind of small iron griffin statue. It's like he like raises it up to you, and he's like, "I made this myself. It's a mechanized griffin. It's my trusted
Ooh.
companion in battle."
Fancy. I like it.
Pretty cool.
If we ever fight side by side, then perhaps you will be able to see it. So yeah, like 20 minutes later, Alora's like, she like rushes into the room. She looks like a little out of breath. She's like, "Hi, sorry, it took me a while to get here. Rux, Petra, Lucia, Val, Yuvlir, hello. What am I doing?" And she looks over and sees the corpse, and she's like, "Oh, okay. What do you want me to ask him exactly? And will he answer my questions? I mean, I don't know if he'll necessarily just tell a stranger everything he wants to know, but
Are you able to disguise yourself?
she pauses. Is disguise self a cleric spell? Hold on, make
It is not.
As
is
you look
not.
through her spell.
Oh no,
Can
I
you
got it from
disguise
Wizard.
self someone else?
You
Disguise
can-
It's himself.
self.
Disguise
It's not
self.
disguise
Self.
others.
This guy's my friend.
You can
That
cast
should be
Seeming
another spell.
on someone.
Where do I learn it?
Seeming is a 5th level wizard spell.
Yeah, I ain't got that.
Well,
I think Liana has it
there
though.
should be a low
Can we do
one.
minor illusion on for a ghost?
Minor illusion is probably not good enough.
No one has major
Liana,
illusion.
Liana has seeming, but it's not prepared. Let me see if Essek has.
Do you know who has major illusion?
I have major illusion, but it's not prepared.
Uh, I was gonna say Arsov.
Damn.
Okay, Essek has steaming prepared.
Yeah, Essek. Good job.
But who would you be turning her into, and what would you have her ask? I'll leave that up to you guys because you guys are.
How about Zen?
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Yeah.
It seems like Zin was the conspirator behind the entire attack, at least in Rosona. They did refer to him as Lord Zin, so I
Zinling.
presume that he would have the authority to ask questions. But as for what to ask, I'm a little lost on that.
The queen is like, I would like to know where Zin is, but having Zin ask this fellow where Zin is doesn't seem.
Where am I?
Where did I go? What are my plans? Tell me everything.
We can ask for like where the hideout is, or like what were we supposed to do after securing the artifacts?
Why don't we turn Alora into the toddler? And then have him be like,
Ah, yeah.
I got lost in the battle. I don't know what to do. Do you know the plans and where our boss is?
Yeah, I think that'd be better rather than the boss being like pop
Where am I?
quiz to see if
Hey.
you're
Yeah.
paying attention.
Can you
Even though
minor
you're
illusion of
asking.
Baylor really quick?
Do you remember my orders I gave you?
This will be on the quiz. This is the quiz.
This is the quiz that's
Quiz.
on.
Alora's like, I know what Zin looks like, but what is a toddler?
Sorry, we meant a Baylor, but it's a really skinny Baylor.
Can we minor illusion the toddler?
Yeah, so it's like a little palm-sized toddler. She looks down at it. And she's like, "Okay, Essek," and Essek kind of comes over, leans down, and looks at your palm as well. Okay,
So
so
it
can you
wasn't-
write down the questions you want me to ask her?
It
Or you
wasn't
want me to
actually a
ask her?
Baylor, was it? Wasn't it like a pit
No,
fiend or
it
something?
was
It's like a pit fiend Baylor mixture.
toddler.
Toddler. Okay.
Yeah.
How many questions do we get?
3, I think. 3 or 5.
Speak with Dead is 5 questions.
5
So
questions.
the corpse only knows what it knew in life. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or it recognizes you as an enemy. But also, the questions just sort of have to make sense, and like with who they're coming from, they sort of have to make sense in that way. So yeah, like Zen asking, like, "Where am I? Where did
Yeah.
I go?" Wouldn't make much sense, and the creature would just be like, "What?
Okay.
I do not know this."
So, where were we
So-
supposed to go after securing the artifacts? I feel like asking what they wanted to do with it would be kind of common sense.
There were
Yeah, they would toddler would probably know.
And I mean, they obviously used the last one to attack Bahamut, so they'll probably use this one to attack.
We can
The
try to
Wild
ask
Mother.
what plan B was supposed to be when plan A fails.
I don't hate that. I like that.
So is Alora going with the thought that she has the items? Like, is that the implication that we're going with? That she managed to retrieve the horn and the beacon?
I think maybe
Where do you go now?
that the toddler got the items, but they had to
Yeah, we're
escape.
separated from.
They had to ditch town. So they need to
Yeah, things went badly after
yeah.
this dude's death.
Yeah.
Although the thing is, the Baylor died before he did.
Surprise.
Oh, he
Like
did?
he exploded and damaged the hobgoblin too.
Well then why don't
Ah.
we say it was one of the hobgoblins? Why don't we make her be a hobgoblin?
Oh, just like a random soldier hop.
Like one of the guys that was in the room with us.
Okay.
So the Baylor got
like-
taken out, but
Yeah.
So like we managed to defeat those intruders, and I retrieved the items, but I'm just like I'm just a lowly soldier. Where do I go?
I have no
Yes,
idea what
exactly.
to do anymore.
what are
Please,
my orders?
I
please
have no
aid
support.
me.
I have no support. Where's Zen? Lord Zen.
That's
sorry.
actually perfect. Yeah. Where's Lord
Yeah.
Zen?
Yeah, because then it's more likely that we don't know anything.
hmm
So where were we
So-
gonna go?
Hobgoblin. Where are we
Um,
What's the plan? After should we say what's backup plan, or what's the plan now that I have these? Or what do I do with these?
What's
Sorry.
the plan now that I have these?
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
okay. Are there any more reinforcements in town?
That I can hook up with.
Yeah.
Get in contact. Is Lord Zen okay? Is he safe? I'm worried.
That the question you want to go with? Is Lord Zen okay?
I don't know. No one said anything, so
Wait, how many questions are we on right now?
we
No.
get
Oh,
5
right
total.
here. Where were we supposed to go? What's the plan now that I have these? Are these in here? That says 3, so we have 2 more.
Actually, this guy wouldn't know because he's dead. He wouldn't know if Lord Zen's okay.
Other.
When was the last time you shit?
Are you pooping?
You pooping? You pooping?
What about the other attacks or the other towns? We want to know if like the Children of Malice have plans in other cities besides Persona.
Or we should ask who do we answer to now? Like who do we report to now?
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Chain of command. Yeah. Should we ask if there's like a contingency plan in case all fails?
Sure. I mean, I don't know what else to ask.
Yeah.
Is there a contingency plan in case
I'm dead.
in case I die?
I die. In case these get into the wrong hands.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okie dokie. You guys see Isaac sort of lean down and place his hand on Alora's shoulder. She turns into, after a brief moment, she turns into this kind of shorter, purple-skinned hobgoblin with like this sort of janky armor. You see Alora step up, raise her hand out, and cast Speak with Dead. The upper half of the corpse that is remaining sort of like jumps up suddenly in like this janky movement. The eyes open wide, the mouth drawn sort of open, agape, and there's like this horrible, sickening sound as he like this corpse tries to like breathe in, and Alora looks at him and says, "I'm assuming you told her his name."
Yes.
Okay. She's like, Commander Brooke, Gallius fell in battle, but we managed to defeat those intruders, and I've managed to retrieve the Horn of Orcus and also the beacon. What should I do now? Where should I go? The corpse sort of turns its head to the side, opens its mouth a little wider, and it doesn't move the mouth normally like you do when you're talking, and the mouth just sort of hangs open, but the voice sort of creeps out and it says, our orders were to return to Dumaran. So Dumar. Where's this one for that?
Moran?
Dumaran. Laura just sort of looks at all of you to make sure you got that, and then she says, "All right, what is the plan now that I have these? What are we going to do with them?" I think he sort of looks at the hobgoblin and says, "If you've successfully retrieved the items, we will strike at the Wild Mother and the Moonweaver."
Why the
For the
moon?
next part. Are there any more reinforcements? Okay, for this one.
They like already planning on doing the Moonweaver stuff? Like Yuvalir's thing?
Philippines.
Oh shit, we're going to the Philippines.
Nice.
So that's way better than Massachusetts.
She says, is there anyone in Persona I can contact? Any of our allies? Any of our sleeper agents that I should know about? I think he okay. He says, there is a harpist, a bard in town that you should meet. Their name is Areldra Ikazrin, which to you all is a major flag, because this is the
Yep.
bard who entered your home and asked you all for your life story, and like
You don't say.
had taken Lucia's life story before, back when she was Lucian.
I knew
So
we
yeah,
shouldn't have trusted that person.
from the dynasty members at least, there's all like a flash of recognition. They all appeared.
Very suspicious lady is suspicious.
Yes.
Who would have
Talker.
thought?
Now we know.
They all appear to know who they are. Okay. For the next question, who do I report to now? Okay. Alora says, who's my commander now? You and Lord Gallius have both fallen in battle, fighting for our for our gods. He says, once you arrive at Dumaran, report to head matron Ton. And then the last question: is there a contingency plan in case these get into the wrong hands? Okay, for this one, he says, yeah, he says, the Arbor exemplar is being assaulted, or he says it will be assaulted by the forces of Bane soon. If we cannot strike at the Wild Mother directly, taking down one of her symbols on Exandria will hopefully be enough.
The arbor of what?
The Arbor exemplar.
Big ass tree.
And Lucia and Val, you know that this is an enormous tree that is located in the middle of the barbed fields.
Barbed fields?
Shit, that's the
Barbed
rock
fields.
tree.
The barbed fields are a desolate
Fun times.
wasteland past Ghostlands and Jorhas. It is the ground zero of the calamity and home to dangerous creatures and arid magic. It's not a fun place.
Of
We've
course it
seen
is.
worse. It's fine.
But after Laura finishes, the corpse lets out like one last breath and just collapses very unceremoniously on the table. And Essek leans forward and drops the seeming spell. And Olor is just like, man, I will never get used to doing that. But was that enough for everyone? I hope that helped. She sort of looks to you all.
That was a lot of new information. So
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, it seems like their headquarters on Exandria is this Doomeran place. And it seems like the leader resides there, like the next in command. You guys didn't necessarily ask where Zin is at the moment. So
This
you
is
weren't
fine.
told that. Yeah, so headquarters in Doomeran. It's like the biggest thing, I suppose.
Did you find out where Doomerand is on the map?
Philippines.
From the Philippines? Yeah.
So this place would not be listed on the map.
Mm.
Yeah,
Why?
because it's a secret fortress of a evil cult. So it is not on the world map, unfortunately. Well,
Because
it
I
is on the world map
put it wherever I wanted.
that you guys see.
I'm good and I made it up.
So, what do you all do?
So I guess we
Uh,
have two leads currently then. There's that bard, and there's the arbor exemplar. Personally, I would not mind going to defend the arbor exemplar if the dynasty was able to capture this Arelda and interrogate her. They're
yeah.
able to find the whereabouts of this Doomeran. Then perhaps once we defend the tree, we can try to figure out where their headquarters are.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that we could do both things at once. Capture the bard and go defend a tree at the same time. Are we concerned at all about the Wild Mother and the Moonweaver?
Actually, we probably should be concerned about the Moonweaver.
Because we have a certain friend out there who
Yeah.
doesn't like our champions. Champion? No, our champions.
Patron.
Our champion. Yeah. Just the champion,
Um,
not the champion's champion.
The champion of the champion.
Yes.
I'm the champion's backup.
You're the other champion.
Why you say it like that?
Please.
I'm the plan B.
Please have more
Um,
confidence in yourself, Mr. Evilier. You're doing great.
So
Someone else tell him he's doing great.
you're doing great.
I do a little golf clap for Evilier. Good job.
Thanks.
I'm assuming that's much more our realm of expertise. So if we were to attempt to intercept the inevitable end, would the powers here be able to take this information and try to move forward with what we have? An attack that needs to be thwarted and a home base that needs to be discovered.
I think you guys see Alora. Can she do this? Yes, she can.
Find the path.
You see Alora begin to cast Commune.
Nice.
So she can ask 3 questions with a yes or no.
Damn, you guys do cleric things?
Can't
Alora
relate.
is a
Crazy.
cleric.
I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, 3 questions. Okay. So her first question she will ask is Dumoran located in the dynasty? And that note she gets a yes. Now, what are the other 2 questions? Do you guys have any preferences for her other 2 questions? She will offer any, or she will accept any suggestions. It can be a yes or no question.
Would say, is the Arbor Exemplar in immediate danger versus is the Moonweaver in immediate danger? See which one we should prioritize our defenses.
Mhm.
That's just me.
Well, it has to be a yes or no question.
So like,
How do you wish to word that?
well,
Just like do one, say, is the Moonweaver in more danger than the tree? And if they say
yes.
no, then we know it's the tree that's in
Okay.
more danger.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
She does that. The answer she gets is that it seems like the Moonweaver is in more danger. From
Okay.
the Children of Malice, at least.
So we know what our next goal is.
Mm-hmm.
Should we ask something about Zin? And get any answers about that?
Is he a piece of shit?
Is he having an orgy right now?
Yeah, we weren't invited.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
um. Are there any other is everyone in this room trustworthy? No. Can Trent Ickathon be trusted?
Does anyone else in this room organize weird cult orgies?
Yeah. What else can we ask? So what answers did we get? We got Ledra, we got Doomeran, got Head Matron Ton.
Yeah, and she appears to be in Doomeran, which is somewhere in the dynasty.
Somewhere in the dynasty.
Underground.
We've done that before.
Let's see.
Everything is in a cave in Taldora.
Is there anything about Rexentrum or Uthodurn that we should ask? Are there more portals still that need to be squashed?
We could say, like, are the cities outside the dynasty in immediate danger?
Yeah.
Kind of
Good.
vague, but yeah.
I would say for that you receive a no.
Okay. So, seems like we've weathered the roughest of the storm.
The initial attack.
Yes.
The first wave.
I believe our next step will be to head to the Moonweaver, see if we can catch the assassin of Lolth, or she is able to complete her assassination.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't suppose Anyone here knows where one would find the Moonweaver? I stare at Evil Ear.
You get blank stares from everyone else in the room. None of
Well,
the
I
council.
was gonna say we know where the champion is.
Yeah, dude's just taking a nap in the Feywild.
It's vague, but it's a start.
Anyone have any connections to the Feywild?
I don't know if the dagger that Sophie gave Val counts.
Oh, wait.
Could we use that as a tuning fork?
Yeah, can we use that as
So-
a tuning fork?
So here's the thing. In terms of entering the entering the Feywild, you cannot plane shift in.
What?
How do you do it? You
need to
swim in?
find-
You're telling me I don't have a VIP all access pass?
Yeah, we got champion over here.
Yeah,
need to
I
find-
feel like that should be a perk of the job.
Yeah.
You need to find a portal somewhere in the world
Portal.
that would lead you into the Feywild.
So can I call up Veronica?
Hey, that's my friend Vero.
My friend, you can't call my friend.
First, it's Petra calling Morgan.
Yeah.
He's so betrayed right now.
I mean, technically, I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know
I don't think
anything.
you've really interacted with her either.
So,
He won't have anything to do with that. Like, I don't think so.
so we have to do research about the Feywild to see if we can find a Feywild portal that's relatively nearby.
We can go to Teldore.
Yeah, I guess we'll visit the
I
Wild Mother
mean, I
Temple.
suppose we can't ask Sophie, because how the fuck do we reach?
Yeah, how do we get to her?
Feywild?
I mean, she's just in Vasselheim, isn't she?
All right, she was supposed to go to. We could go to Vasselheim and ask about Sophie.
Yeah, you could see she's chilling.
It's only been
I
like
mean,
a day or two, right?
Yeah, and all she's
Yeah.
doing is looking for a cleric, and there's probably plenty of clerics out there. So
Yeah.
She's chilling. Let's just go find her.
yeah, go talk to Sophie, please.
Is
Yes. Please have Petra interact with Sophie.
We just
Please.
get a sending stone, and then we're just like, hey Sophie, stay where you are. We want to look for you.
but alternatively, are there Moonweaver temples that we know of?
In the dynasty, there are not.
So I guess
Now, Lucia
Vasselheim.
would know that the Vermalock Wildwood, which is a little to the west of Resona, is like it is a very nature. What's the word? It's a place that has like a lot of deep ties in with nature, so to say. So the Vermalock Wildwood, it is the forest, the red forest next to the Penumbra Range, which is right
red?
under Resona. Because the trees are red and the leaves are red.
Is it always fall red?
It actually looks like this.
Nice. We should go there for the aesthetic.
Yeah, just
It's very
curious.
aesthetic.
Would Sophie know where portals are? I mean, she's learned. Can I roll for her just to see?
Yeah, just roll a history check.
She's good at this, I think. Maybe not. She's at 7 hit points right now.
Please. That's Thor.
History check. Okay. Don't think she gets any special stuff. No. All right.
Wow.
Nice.
He really knows about it.
She fucking
She knows every
so.
single one.
She learned about it in her textbooks.
There is indeed one in the Penumbra Range, which is like right next to the Vermalock.
Yeah, I'll go talk to Sophie. She knows everything.
Oh man.
So yeah, so Sophie probably like did some research on like how to get back.
Yeah. She's
'cause
probably
you-
like,
you
well, I don't
can-
want to go out into the middle of the woods. That sounds stupid. I'll go just random. And then she ended up getting into a different middle of the woods.
Because you can plane shift out, but when you go in, you need to go in through a portal.
Yeah.
We'll just
Alright.
ask her to escort us. It'll be great.
Petra will be like, I got stuff to do, so bye.
Just dip.
Yeah.
You gotta call Evelyn.
This is
Yeah,
fine.
I gotta go to Marquette and hang out with Evelyn for a while. Make sure that dragon is okay.
Alright, so what are we doing first?
Well, Estek wants to talk to you after the meeting is done, but
Oh.
other than that, what is your
Completely
plan?
forgot.
So, do we even need to go to Vasselheim? Can we just send a message to Sophie and see
Or you
if
could, yeah, or you could dream her. I don't know.
We
If
should
she has
probably,
like a million things to say, I have no
uh,
idea what she's doing.
we should probably like message her just to make sure she
She's
actually
alive.
is in
Yeah.
like that she's in Vasselheim, and then like just ask the first question, and then we can figure out from there if we need to go or like dream her. I actually prefer dream.
I also apparently need to get dream yelled at by Evelyn, so
There's that too.
yeah.
nice.
Okay. So the meeting will end at that point.
Wait, can we
and
trust the dynasty to check in on the bard lady?
they can see if
For
she's
us?
still in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. They will do that. I think the queen would ask all of you if you are okay with Liana coming with you all, because she wants Liana to bring Zin back alive.
Live. That's
The queen says he has much to answer for.
I get it.
a lot
I
of
have no complaints.
times we if we try to leave people alive, they have a tendency to teleport away.
Yeah, we would need some kind of
It's-
contingency or to somehow to keep him in one place.
Do you
Yeah.
have like an imprisoning
Little
special
a little
thing?
mage jar.
Yeah, you got
mean,
like a
you guys can always just like bind his hands and his mouth. That would basically stop him from being able
That's
to teleport
silence.
out.
yeah.
Because yeah,
Where's-
to
where's-
teleport you need
Where's Evelyn's
teleport
silence
is
bubble?
just vocal actually. Teleport is verbal somatic or verbal component for teleport. So you would just need to like gag him.
He's
Yeah,
not a sorcerer, right?
I
As
also have
far
silence.
as you
So
know, you don't think he's a sorcerer?
And before he just subtle spells out.
I have a silence spell that I can do.
I would say, as far as you can tell, Lucia, he's at the very least he's kept up the appearance of being a wizard.
I don't like how you say that. But okay.
I mean, can you
Kept
really
the
trust
appearance.
anything you know about Zin?
No.
We trust that
Clearly not.
we never trust him.
Yeah. So you've seen that he has like a spell book and stuff.
And before he just carries one around just for the long
Okay.
con.
Yeah, like you don't
Yeah.
know if it's like for show or something.
It's
But he
literally
carries
just
spells
the
that's
long
my
con.
next character.
What is
Uh,
that for show?
someone who just
Yeah.
pretends to be a wizard.
Yeah.
But yeah, you all are dismissed.